The Shikha Mukherjee scandal has witnessed drama today after BJP MP Nishikant Dubey and the whistleblower Jai Anand Dehadrai deposed before the parliamentary ethics panel. Today, it was TMC MP Mahua Moitra who appeared before it. But all didn't go as per the plan. Inside sources reveal that there was a fierce face-off between opposition MPs and BJP MPs during the hearing. While Mahua Moitra dismissed charges against her as the result, quote, of a relationship gone sour with Dehadrai, other opposition MPs in fact had supported her and had said there's a question of national security breach is not there since the parliament login and email are separate. They've also asked what the charges against her and if there's any cash trail. Remember, Mahua Moitra has been embroiled in a political controversy where it's been alleged that she received bribes from businessman Darshan Hiranandani to target the Adani group. But the real face-off happened over the questions asked to Mahua. And this was post-lunch when BSP's Danish Ali equated Mahua to Draupadi and called her Cheerharan, called it in fact her Cheerharan, and things got heated up that 5 opposition MPs and Mahua in fact stormed out of the hearing. An agitated Mahua came out all guns blazing against the ethics panel. While speaking to reporters, she angrily lashed out. Watch this.
You're making up any rubbish. Tears in your eyes. You see my eyes and the tears in it. Then what are you talking for? Tears in my eyes.
Now watch how BSP MP Danish Ali and the chief of the ethics panel Vinod Sonkar faced off over the Draupadi Cheerharan charge.
महुआ मोइत्रा के द्वारा उस समय सहयोग करने के बजाय दानिश अली हो, दूसरे जो बाकी सदस्य हैं गिरधारी यादव, इन सब लोगों ने बहुत ही क्रोध में और बहुत ही अनएथिकल बात करते हुए कमेटी पे आरोप लगाने का प्रयास किया। वो केवल और केवल जो इससे संबंधित प्रश्न हैं, जो उन पे आरोप हैं, उससे संबंधित सवाल से बचने के लिए इस तरह का रणगाड़।
We've seen opposition members walk out of the ethics committee meeting while Member of Parliament Mahua Moitra was being questioned, cross-examined rather. What exactly happened? Let's find out from Member of Parliament, Mr. Reddy. Sir, tell us what exactly transpired.
See, I can't say anything more. It is just that we found that instead of going to the basic questions, okay, you have some allegations, let's, want to do an inquiry, okay. You're going into a very personalized and undignified way of questioning. We protested inside, we asked the chairman not to do it, he insisted. So all opposition MPs walked out.
So what are these questions that were asked? Can you share with us some of the personal questions that were being asked?
Where are you traveling? What dates are you traveling? Whom are you meeting? Where are you staying? We told him several times, don't do this kind of questioning. Okay, he persisted in that and he's been questioning now for 1.5 hours. So all of us opposition MPs decided that.
What will happen from here on?
So we don't know. I mean, we don't know what they'll do.
But you have lost faith with the chairman is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So what led to Mahua's outburst? Times was the only channel which has the inside track of what happened inside the ethics panel hearing.
You're making up any rubbish. Tears in your eyes. You see my eyes and the tears in it. Then what are you talking for?
So what led to that outburst of Mahua Moitra? Well, top sources told us what happened inside the ethics panel committee. When the cross-questioning of Mahua started in the second half, Danish Ali and Girdhari Yadav intervened to save Mahua Moitra. Later, the chairperson started asking questions regarding Darshan Hiranandani's affidavit. This is when Mahua started speaking rudely to the chairperson, saying that these questions are toxic in nature. They are of very poor quality. These are not the question you are supposed to ask. She was aggressive, arrogant, and rude. Girdhari and Danish then started banging on tables. Then there was voting in which opposition members lost the vote 6-5. Later, they decided to stage a walkout. Mahua, while leaving her parting words to the chairperson, were Behuda and Besharam. Then they stormed out.
Meanwhile, the BJP are keeping an eye on the developments. Listen in.
विटनेस के तौर पर तो मैं गया और देहादराई गए, लेकिन एक्यूज्ड के तौर पर महुआ मैत्रा वहां गई सांसद, लेकिन वो खुलेआम इंटरव्यू देती रही और खुलेआम इंटरव्यू में वो कोट करती रही कि कमिटी ऑफ एथिक्स के अंदर क्या हुआ। अब सही है या गलत है, लेकिन उन्होंने जनता के बीच में एक गलत नैरेटिव बनाने का प्रयास किया। और आज जो कुछ भी हुआ, यह संसदीय इतिहास का सबसे काला दिन है। दुनिया की कोई ताकत महुआ मैत्रा को नहीं बचा सकती और सांसद होने के नाते हमारा सर जो है झुका हुआ है। हम दुखी हैं और दुखी यह है कि हम इस संसद के सदस्य हैं जहां कि पैसे लेकर प्रश्न पूछे जा रहे हैं।
All right, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us, Priyanka Tibrewal as BJP spokesperson. Also with us is Jaideep Majumdar, author and columnist. Shikha Mukherjee is a senior journalist joining us on the broadcast. But I want to go across first to Namrata Kothari, political analyst. Namrata Kothari, while on the one hand, you have Mahua Moitra claiming that the language used or the kind of questions asked were probing, were personal in nature. On the other hand, we have BJP leaders saying that it was Mahua, in fact, who used unparliamentary language along with other members of parliament. So what's really happened at this meeting is what we have is a war of versions, because the BJP seems to be suggesting that questions from the Darshan Hiranandani affidavit, when they were asked, Mahua said that these are questions which are not correct, these are not appropriate questions that are being posed to her, and therefore they are assuming that she just didn't want to answer the charges that she's facing.
What is happening inside the committee and all, so we only hear the words of both the parties. So looking at that, we can say that if she is found guilty, then definitely the case to be put in the privilege committee. The ethics committee, what they will do, they can recommend for suspension and all, but they don't have the power of suspension. So if she is found guilty, then definitely the ethics committee will recommend to the privilege committee, and then the action will be taken. On the basis of this allegation and counter allegation, we can't say appropriately anything whether who is wrong and who is right, though the charges against her is there's grave charges against her, but still we have to wait for the recommendation and see what can be done.
Right. Okay. We have to wait for the recommendations, Priyanka Tibrewal. If there is anything found and she is guilty, then of course appropriate action will be taken. And of course, it's not just the privilege committee, but they can write directly to the speaker as well with the recommendations. But the question over here is that who has used unparliamentary language and who has evaded, actually this matter reaching its logical conclusion today?
See, we all can understand with the kind of body language Mahua Moitra had today, the way she interacted with the media, bloods in her eyes, and then she's saying, am I crying, am I crying, and with the other unparliamentary language she used. So it is very, very clear that who is rattled, who is trying to evade the investigation which is happening. See, it is very clear that acceptance of truth is uncomfortable. That is what is happening. By behaving like this, she is feeling that, she will avoid any kind of investigation which is happening under the ethics committee. Now she may also say with others saying that ethics committee don't have any power. We are not talking about the powers which the ethics committee has or the parliamentary committee has. We are talking about the procedure which is being followed. So similarly, the procedure is being followed, and whatever is the next action that will take place. But this kind of behavior, if Mahua Moitra thinks that it will impact or have any kind of impact on the ethics committee, then she's absolutely wrong, because it is the evidences which will have any kind of impact on the investigation, and accordingly the investigation will proceed. Now she has started screaming inside using unparliamentary words as Behuda and Besharam. This is all we heard through the media, because she's saying that some filthy questions were asked. Now what could be filthy? Why is she not saying that in front of the media? It is simple that from the very beginning it is you who are more interested in speaking about your personal relationships. It is you who was talking about your
login and password was shared with a businessman on whose behalf you asked 51 questions out of 60, which covered his interest. That is the entire concern. It is not about your boyfriend leaking it, your boyfriend running with your dog. It is not about that, and we are not bothered.
All right.
And of course, when she says that she was asked, where else she visited, where else she stayed. Now that is a part of this inquiry, because if there are 18 visits outside the country without you informing the parliamentary committee, then of course...
Let me bring in Shikha Mukherjee on that. Shikha Mukherjee, what the BJP seems to be suggesting is that rather than answering the specifics, and the BJP says that we did not want to get into this question of her personal life, but there are serious problems of ethics, of propriety associated with the allegations in terms of her sharing the login, which has been accessed 49 times or 47 times, whatever may be the case, as the IT ministry has now told the ethics panel, and also questions about whether she was forwarding some kind of corporate interest through the questions that she as an MP was asking. Now, these are matters which are within the remit of the ethics committee, and if specifics are asked, can she take the shield of this being a personal matter or a matter which she should not be asked by the ethics committee? Is that appropriate, is the question that BJP is asking. How do you respond to that, Shikha Mukherjee?
Mahua has said, and I don't think one should presume that she has said this. All she has said is she has objected to the way in which the questions were being asked. The fact that she actually attended the ethics committee meeting and the investigation is an indication that she is participating in the process. Why should there be a question on that? I don't think the question is actually addressed there. The point really is that if, as the IT minister has said, there has been misconduct on her part, yes, there should be action. If there has been no misconduct on her part, there should be no action. However, the issue of who is this Dadrai and why did he make a complaint, all of these things have been in the public domain for now pretty much over a week. And it has been a sickening display of what Mr. Hiranandani wrote to the ethics committee, with his first statement followed by what he wrote to the ethics committee, has been in the public domain. These are leaks. These leaks happened from the ethics committee, obviously, because a letter written to the ethics committee does not come out of the ethics committee because Mahua released it. No, it came out of the ethics committee or some other source. Whatever the source is, the source cannot be Mahua Moitra. Therefore, what has been a public trial without the benefit of any kind of propriety, decency, norms, etc.
No, but Mahua herself has also spoken. Nothing has prevented her from speaking out, and she has also put out her version.
She has. Of course she has. Because, if there are leaks happening, she has taken full advantage of the situation and has given so many interviews. I think that was the only option that anybody has.
But you know for a fact that these leaks have happened only from the ethics committee.
I may not appreciate her style, or I may feel that her style is wrong, but that is a personal opinion.
Absolutely.
Not mine. It may be of other people. My personal opinion is not the issue here.
No,
the
but
issue is that people are objecting.
No, but admittedly, there are questions. Admittedly, there are questions of acts of propriety or impropriety, however one chooses to look at it as a member of parliament. And therefore, let me bring in Jaideep Majumdar to that.
Can I make a very small observation here?
Quick point.
You see, when this cash for query thing is going on, and there are questions about Hiranandani and whether this is an anti-Adani campaign that is being launched by her, and there's a cash payment for it or benefits in kind that she has received, I think out of respect for the institutions of Parliament and decency and propriety in Parliament and transparency, of course, and democracy, Mr. Nishikant Dubey ought to have disclosed that his constituency in Jharkhand is the site.
Okay, whether he has or not, we don't know. But let me bring in Jaideep. We're almost out of time. I want Jaideep to respond to you. Okay, no. What he has deposed before the committee, I don't have the details of. We don't know in toto what has been said. Let Jaideep come in now. I want Jaideep to respond to you. Shikha Mukherjee, you made your point. Now let Jaideep come in. Jaideep Majumdar.
See, so the central question out here is Mahua Moitra guilty of what she has been charged with? Okay, let us not go into propriety and all that. And what about what we are debating, we're discussing today, right now, is her conduct and the allegations that she has made. Knowing Mahua Moitra, knowing her conduct inside Parliament, knowing her use of foul words, it leaves no doubt in anyone's mind, as to what would have transpired in the meeting of the Ethics Committee. She is known for her theatrics to save face. She has done it to avoid answering questions. What should be done now is the Ethics Committee should come out with a verbatim recording of or accounts of the proceedings today. Just to demolish her stance that she has what filthy questions has been asked. How is the Ethics Committee asked her, from all our sources we know, the Ethics Committee asked her about the nature of her ties with Hiranandani. How is that filthy? This is central to the issue that the Ethics Committee is discussing. She has put up this charade just in order to avoid answering the questions. She's always been all fire and no substance. But the bottom line here is such drama is always short-lived.
Okay, this is just drama and theatrics is the statement coming in. I want Shikha Mukherjee to respond to that. And there is no substance in what she has said. She's just done all this drama to evade the questions. End of the day, if a location is asked for and the allegation is that she is abroad or, there's been a login from abroad, then obviously the location will be asked is what Jaideep is suggesting, Shikha Mukherjee. Please respond to him.
No, I think I will join issue with several things. One, about the location of where she is logged in from, etc. These need to be verified and these need to be confirmed. Once they have been confirmed, let's go into whether it was right or wrong. And that is something that needs to be done because that is a matter of how Parliament and parliamentarians are supposed to conduct themselves. On the issue of language in Parliament and the fact that she is very outspoken and she does use strong words, the fact is this is an extremely sexist, very, 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 very sexist remark. Mahua Moitra is as free to use bad language as Mr. Biduri is allowed to use disgusting words to describe it.
Well, the ideal is that nobody should be using bad language, and our political discourse and its deterioration is a matter of great concern publicly, and I think we've debated that many a time, but that's about all the time we have for. Is it theatrics? Is there some substance in what Mahua Moitra is claiming, or is it that the BJP claims and its claims that it was just asking questions from the affidavit and charges that she was facing, to which she reacted this angrily? We'll have to leave it there for the moment. More on this at 10 o'clock. Do join us, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank Priyanka Tibrewal, Jaideep Majumdar, Shikha Mukherjee, Namrata Kotari for joining us, slipping into a very quick break.